Today, we're going to talk about powerful ways on how to be confident. Hi, my name is Michelle Liddy. Welcome to Living a Limitless Life. I help people connect to a positive self-identity for growth and expansion in all areas of our life. So what is self-confidence? I really like this definition that I found online. And basically, it's self-confidence is an attitude about your skills and abilities. It means you accept and trust yourself and have a sense of control over your life. You know your strengths and weaknesses well, and you have a positive view of yourself. You set realistic expectations and goals, communicate assertively, and can handle criticism well. I really liked that definition. It really explained a lot of points on our self-confidence and how to be self-confident. So this video is going to really get into that. And the goal here is to be confident and no matter what situation that you're in. It's not situational based self-confidence. We really want to get to the point and get you to a point though you have self-confidence no matter where you're at. I know sometimes when we're in friend situations, we're with our friends and we feel really confident and we express ourselves, and then we get to meet somebody new that we don't really know, or maybe we're in a work situation and we just feel a little insecure or not as confident, and we don't show up as our true and know how we know ourselves to be selves. And so this video is going to talk about all of that. I want to talk about what self-confidence is not. It's not standing up straight and feeling confident and acting confident. It's not smiling and, having a smile on your face and going around and looking like, you're all happy or confident. It's not about walking straight up and standing with confidence. It's not, I don't like this one, fake it till you make it. It's not faking yourself until you feel confident, because confidence is an inner connection, and faking it till you make it is, I want to explain this one a little bit in a different perspective. When you start acting and behaving and thinking and being in different ways, it may feel uncomfortable because it's not what we usually do or how we usually know ourselves to be. So it may feel a little uncomfortable, it may feel fake, but it's not fake. It's stepping into a new version of yourself that you're not used to. And that's where it can feel a little fake, but it's not faking it till you make it. It's behaving in a way until that becomes a part of who you are, and then it's natural for you to act and behave and be like that. So faking it is temporary. It's not really embodying the qualities and the parts of your personality that you want to be. Maybe you want to have more confidence. Maybe you want to express yourself more in social situations, and having that confidence to do that without feeling nervous about it and not faking your way into, well, let me just act confident and put my opinion out there. It's really feeling confident and putting your opinion out there because you value your opinion. All of those things they're just surface level things. They're not attitudes that you carry on or embody as a part of who you are in every situation that you do. So you want to embody certain ways about yourself that where you're confident and it's consistent in every situation. It's not situational based. Self-confidence comes from a feeling safe and secure in who you are and knowing who you are. If you didn't grow up in an environment where you were nurtured in a positive way and you didn't feel safe or secure in your environment or feel safe and secure in who you are as a person, you're not going to feel confident because you kind of have to conform to the way of your environment. Mostly it's about a parent or your main caregiver. You had to conform or mold yourself in a way to please that parent, so you didn't get yelled at or punished or whatever it may be. So you shrunk yourself back in order to be in that environment so you didn't get in trouble or you didn't get corrected through criticism or judgment. Our perception, so when we don't have self-confidence, our perception of ourselves is outside of ourselves. We get it from other people, through their approval, through their acceptance. And we may, we'll shrink ourselves in situations because we don't feel confident in our own identity, in our own selves, of putting ourselves out there. Because when we put ourselves out there when we were younger, we may have got judged or criticized. So then now we're adults and we're scared to put ourselves out there because we think the same thing that happened to us when we were kids are going to happen to us when we're adults. So we carry that same frame of mind that no longer serves us, and it's no longer real. It no longer is a real thing that's going to happen to us where we're going to get judged or criticized. It can happen, but the difference is that when we're confident, we don't care. We're not concerned if somebody judges or criticizes us because we feel confident in the person that we are. We feel confident with the way that we speak or how we're expressing ourselves. That's a thing, is allowing yourself to be confident. See, we stop allowing ourselves to be who we are, and we conform to the environment instead of being who we are no matter what the environment is. And when we step out into our own confidence, we are not concerned with what other people think or what is happening in our environment. We just show up as who we are and be who we are. So a lot of this, does come down to allowing ourselves and giving ourselves permission to be who we are, to be confident. And it takes some time, it takes some steps in order to put ourselves out there. Test it out in social situations. Say a comment and not look for the approval of somebody else. Just put a comment out there and then bring your energy back to yourself and stand confident in what you said. There's certain ways that we diminish our confidence, and one of the ways is defining ourselves through negativity, defining ourselves through a negative self-identity. I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, oh, I'm horrible, or whatever those, I should be doing this or I should be doing that. Instead of defining ourselves in a positive way, we define ourselves in a negative way. And let's say we do a mess up. We'll laugh about it. A confident person will laugh about it and just let it go. If you're not confident or you're insecure, you'll make a mistake and it will just, take over your mind, and you just focus on that mistake instead of laughing through it and letting it go. So, defining ourselves in a negative way, like, I knew that was going to happen. I knew this bad thing was going to happen. I knew that person was going to treat me that way. Instead of walking into situations, expect good things to happen instead of already deciding things are going to happen to you a negative way, or when situations happen, you just define it as a negative fault about yourself. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy enough. I'm not likable, whatever that is. To not, you won't want to define yourself in a negative way, and that diminishes our self-confidence. Another one is being worried about what other people think about us. It's putting our identity in the hands of somebody else, worrying about, oh, do they approve of me? Do they not approve of me? What are they thinking about me? Do they like what I'm wearing? Do they like the way that what I said? And worrying about what other people think about us all the time is giving our confidence away. It's giving our identity in the hands of other people. And we want to stay within our own selves and our own identity and not give it away to others. We really want to step back and not worrying about what everybody else is doing, what everybody else is thinking, how they're responding to what you do or don't do. Just stay in your own body, your own mind, and not put yourself out there energetically, inputting yourself into everybody else's thoughts and wondering, what are they thinking about me? Oh, that person just whispered something. It must be about me. And it probably, most likely, 100% is not about you. It's just how we're perceiving our identity through the approval or the perspective of other people, meaning how they may give a facial expression to us that will let us know, oh, they approve of us or they don't approve of us. That's something that I did. My dad would give really negative facial expressions when he didn't approve of something or he didn't like something or he didn't agree with something. So I would scan people's facial expressions and take it personally. If they gave me, in my interpretation, if they gave a negative facial expression, I would take it personally and think, I'm not good enough, or they didn't like what I said, or I must shrink myself down because they didn't like what I said. Instead of saying what I said and not really worrying about what somebody's facial expression is. Everybody has different facial expressions, but because I have such a negative connection to a facial expression in what I say as feedback. Like my dad, I would project that into seeing how other people perceive me through their facial expressions, and that was really me. It really had nothing to do with them. They probably weren't even thinking about me or noticing that they were giving any type of facial expression. Sometimes people give different facial expressions when they're listening to people, and that's okay, but I don't want to judge myself on somebody's facial expression towards me. Comparing ourselves to others, oh my gosh, I would compare myself to others constantly. I would see, how did they say something? How did they act? How did they do something? In order for me to gain approval, I wanted approval or acceptance or belonging. So I would look at how somebody else that I thought got approval or acceptance, and I would look at how they were being or how they were talking or behaving, and then I would compare myself to that. Oh, I can't do that. I can't just go out there and talk like that or be like that. Or so I would kind of like dumb myself down, meaning, well, I'm not good enough. I'm not like them. I can't do that. Instead of just being, when you're in your own skin, in your own identity, you're not really worried about comparing yourself to somebody else because you like who you are. You're standing in your own identity. So comparing ourselves to others really diminishes our own self-confidence because we don't think that we're good enough the way that we are, that we have to be somebody else in order to be good enough or accepted or approved of. How do we have self-confidence? It's internal connection with yourself. It's an internally accepting, liking who you are. And when you internally like and accept who you are, you're not really concerned with what other people think about you or what they're maybe saying or judging you or what they're doing. You accept yourself. Your confidence comes from showing up and accepting who you are as a person and expressing yourself the way that you uniquely express yourself, different from anybody else. That's a huge one. Accepting who you are, how you walk, how you talk, how you think, your perspective. It's accepting all those parts of yourself. It's accepting the good parts. It's accepting the parts that we want to hide from people and that we may feel ashamed about ourselves. It's accepting those parts and not feeling shame around it. Bringing it in and connecting to that part of ourselves. It's a part of who we are, and it's a part that maybe we know that we need to grow in or heal ourselves, but we don't want to reject that part of ourselves. We want to accept it. It's a part of our journey, who we are, and how we learn about ourselves. We learn about ourselves through these parts that we don't like. And through those parts that we don't like, it was a part that we rejected because maybe it was anger. Maybe we deal with anger. I know that I dealt with anger and I didn't like that part of myself. I'm like, why do I deal with things through anger? It's because I didn't feel safe and I felt protected through being, through anger. And now I can find other ways to feel protected or to feel safety, and it's not through anger. It could be through accepting myself, like, okay, Michelle, I see this emotion that's coming up. What is it? Letting myself know. It lets me know that I need to be in tune with myself, give myself some self-love or give myself some appreciation or a pat on my back, whatever it may be. It's figuring out what are those shadow parts of ourselves telling us that we need to give to ourselves. When I act out in anger, I'm rejecting myself instead of accepting, okay, I'm angry right now. What do I need right now? I need some love. I need some attention. I need to give myself something that I'm not giving. Having self-confidence is surrounding yourself with positive people. This is such an important factor. When you surround yourself with positive people, emotions have vibration and that rubs off on you. So when you're around positive people, they help you keep your positive levels up. And there's another side to this. If we aren't being a positive person, we need to look into that and raise our own vibration and our own positivity to attract other positive people to be around us. I know I had to work on that with myself. I had to work on raising up my vibration, raising up my outlook on life to be more positive. And to be more positive was healing those negative parts within myself. And when I tended to those negative parts in myself, I raised my vibration to more positivity. And so some of it is bringing us back to ourselves. Maybe we're not attracting a lot of positive people because we're not being positive about ourselves, meaning our own identity. How do I view and see myself in a positive manner, not in a negative way? Self-trust. We have to trust ourselves, our own thoughts, our own opinions. We don't look outside of ourselves to gain that trust through an approval or in that manner. We trust ourselves and our own opinions. We know what's right for us. We know what's not right for us. We know how we want to align with certain people or certain situations, and we know that we don't want to align with certain people in certain situations. So we know some of these things, and we just want to stand in our courage and our integrity to choose those things that are right for us. Because sometimes we choose things that are not right for us because we're too scared to speak up or have the courage to say no. Now, being self-confident is having the courage to say no to those things that we're not in alignment with. It may be a person that we're not in alignment with, so we stop hanging out with that person. Maybe we're watching movies that we're not in alignment with. I know I had to stop watching scary movies because I would go to bed in fear, and I would wake up fear, like, what's that noise? What is this? And I would be viewing the world in a different way through fear, through these scary movies, through, oh, there's a scary person out there, or this person is going to, it could be like kidnap me or, steal my purse or something like that. So I had to stop watching scary movies because they were influencing me in a negative way. They were creating a lot of fear in me. So another one is not worrying about what other people think. And when we don't worry about what other people think, we can give our energy back to ourselves and what we think. We can spend our energy on where we want to go instead of spending our energy outside of us and putting it on somebody else, on what they think, and wondering what that is. And wondering what other people think is a distraction on our journey or the steps that we want to move forward to and the things that we want to do in our lives. And somebody said something to me years ago, and it said it's not our business to know what other people are thinking about us. And that is so powerful because it really isn't our business to know what other people are thinking about us. It's our business to know what we think about ourselves, what we think is right for us, and not put it outside of ourselves. Bring things back to ourselves on approving of ourselves, making it a priority or importance on what I'm thinking and what I think is right, what I think that I want to do, and what next step do I want to do in my life to create what I want to create in my life. So I gave a comparison of what confident people, what their trait characteristics are like, and what insecure people characteristics are like. So a confident person is, they don't seek approval from others. And an insecure person will seek approval outside of themselves. A confident person admits their mistakes, and an insecure person will not admit their mistakes. They will blame somebody else, or they'll hide it, or they won't say anything. Instead of just owning up to their mistake, they won't own up. And I'm not saying every insecure person feels like this. It's just more of a majority. Some insecure people may admit their mistakes. They don't seek attention. So confident people don't need attention. They feel confident. They feel good. They don't need to seek attention. And attention is validation. Insecure people will seek attention from other people because they want that validation for who they are. A confident person will be responsible for their life. They're responsible for all aspects of their life. They take 100% responsibility for all the outcomes in their life. So if something is not going in the direction that they want, they look at what behaviors, what mindset, what are they doing that's keeping them from accomplishing what they want in life. And an insecure person will blame other people, will hold other people responsible for things to happen in their life. This person didn't do this or give me this or say this, and it's all outside of themselves. They don't feel that they have control over the outcomes in their lives. A confident person is optimistic. They always, even if something not good happens to them, a bad thing happens to them, they'll look at it from the perspective of, what do I need to learn from this? What is this trying to show me? What do I need to kind of course correct my life in order to have the outcome that I want? So they see things, they'll switch things around in a positive perspective. An insecure person will have a negative outlook. They see life as negative. things are against them, things aren't for them, people don't like them, people aren't for them, this job I'll never get. They just see things through a negative perspective. A positive or a confident person, they don't take things personal. They just see the boundary between their stuff and other people's stuff. So when somebody is acting out against them, they will see that, okay, is this about me or is this about them? If it's about the other person, they let it go and let them go. If it's about them, they'll go home and reflect on it and say, okay, what do I need to correct in myself because I'm creating this response from people. So they'll take ownership and change it. But a lot of times they just don't take it personal. They'll just be like, that's really not my stuff. I'm not going to be involved with this drama that this person's acting out right now. You know, bless them, kind of move around them and move on and go on with their happy day. They won't let that take them out. They won't be telling everybody about this person or what happened. They just kind of go, okay, this is their stuff, and you move on. You really don't think that much about it. A confident person will get happiness from within. So your happiness comes with your own self-connection. You're happy with who you are, what you do, the decisions that you make, the relationships that you're in, the job that you're in, the things that you're doing in your life. You're happy. You know that your happiness comes from your own connection and creating that for yourself. It's not put on somebody else to give you that happiness. An insecure person will hold other people accountable for their happiness. If you do this, I'll be happy. If you if you love me, I'll love you back. If, they get their happiness from other people doing something to them or for them in order to gain that happiness. Confident person is decisive. They know who they are. They know what they like. They know what they don't like. And they are very decisive in what's in alignment with who they are. A insecure person is indecisive. They don't know what they like and don't like. And they blame other people to figure that out for them instead of them holding responsibility to figure that out for themselves. A confident person is open to learning new ways from anybody. They don't feel that they know everything. They always know that there's something more to learn. There's something to improve on. There's new perspectives to be gotten. An insecure person, they act like they know everything. If you try to tell them something, they already know it. They, if you're sharing a story with them about places that you may have gone or things that you have done, they've already done that, or they top you in some certain way or another. They don't really let you have your story or your space because they want to one-up it or take it over and show how they've done something more than what you've done. So with this, with self-confidence, you want to put the focus on you, on where you're going, what you want to do, what's right for you, and embody those characteristics so it becomes a part of who you are. So it's natural for you to step into a situation and when you feel good about yourself, you feel confident with who you are, you like yourself, you like the decisions that you make, you like the people that you surround yourself around, you feel confident. So you walk into many different situations feeling that confidence. You're not worried about, what other people say, and you're not concerned with being alone. Maybe you go to a party and you go with a friend or your husband or your girlfriend, and you're not worried about having to stay by their side every second. You feel confident knowing, okay, we're together, but maybe your partner found somebody else to talk to, and you feel confident either talking with somebody else or standing at the party and just kind of people watching and viewing what's going on. So bring that energy and that confidence back into yourself and not give it away to others, like for them to give it to you. If you like this video, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you on the next video. I'm so glad that you were here, and I appreciate you, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks. Bye.